What's going on YouTube? Dave back again, and today we're still discussing the suicide of Chester Bennington, and it's been a shock to a lot of people. It's been a shock to a lot of people that just haven't heard about it. I was kind of surprised. I know I posted up the short video earlier. I couldn't wait. I had to do that at work because, you know, none of my friends really knew about it. It wasn't really streaming mainstream news. A few blurbs here and there on Twitter, and that's about it. And I was actually really shocked. What I didn't realize was, you know, the impact, and I really wanted to talk about the bottom of this video. The whole time will have the number for the suicide prevention number national, and I'm going to do a search, and if I can find the ones for different countries, I will post that on the bottom of this video or down in the description. I knew part of Chester's story, and he and Linkin Park influenced this channel a lot and my life a lot. For those of you that don't know, in the video Somewhere I Belong, which came out somewhere around March 2010, so actually 2007 I believe, they had in the beginning some shots of Gundam sitting on nightstand in the beginning clip. That's why I put that beginning clip at the beginning, because that holds a lot of significance to me. I saw the Sosby, I saw the other kits, and I had seen Gundam, but my primary focus as far as model building and stuff like that were resin kits and some military stuff, but I had never gotten into Gundam. And after seeing that, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I went down to a local hobby shop, and I picked up one, and one led to another. I remember my first one, the only one that I could afford at the time, was an RX-78-2. It was a master grade, and it was the one where he had the machine gun, the Gatling gun, and that was my first Gundam. And this channel bloomed from that. You know, it's sad because, you know, Chester had two different relationships. He left behind a wife. He left behind 6 children between the two relationships. Their music had a lot of influence. There's a lot of anime and stuff like that. If you pay attention to the videos, if you pay attention to the lyrics of his songs and the music, you can hear and see, and he even admits there's, you know, an underlying seething undertone to the music. And I guess he had an issue with drugs and alcohol, which isn't surprising. And one of the reasons that I wanted to make this video is you can see someone on the outside and they look perfectly fine, and on the inside they're just screaming. And I know this from personal experience, as someone that spent a large portion of my childhood not even wanting to be here. Like, I had no reason to exist. I grew up in an abusive, both mentally, physically, sexually, childhood. And at this point in my life, which is scary because we were pretty much the same age, but, you know, my best friend at 15 committed suicide. My girlfriend, his girlfriend, and I were concerned, and we went to his house. He had great aspirations. He wanted to, you know, be in a band. Bands like Metallica and Iron Maiden and things like that. That was his life, and he was a guitar player, and he was a fantastic guitar player. And we found him in his bedroom. He had, while his parents were at work, he had committed suicide by shooting himself in the head. And that is probably one of the most devastating sights I have ever seen and witnessed. And something changed for me at that time. But yeah, I mean, I went through severe depression all the way up into, I still have bouts of it. And people do. I mean, there's depression is one thing, but when it gets so bad that it controls, it eats you, it seethes under the surface, and you just can't find a reason to get out of bed, to move, to do anything. Talk to someone, please. I don't know how I got to where I am. I don't know how I survived, to be honest. Will to be something better, to make myself something better, to I don't know, for something more. And you know, like I said, sometimes it's there and you just don't see it. Now, I know that he was good friends with Chris Cornell. Today was Chris Cornell's birthday, and it was just weeks ago that you know, he played at Chris's funeral, and I know he was very emotional and everything over that. I know that he, over the last couple weeks, had just pumped out some songs as far as writing them. I'm personally kind of confused I mean, if you read his tweets, if you read his information, he was stoked. They're about to go on tour. They just came out with a new album. I think they were just supposed to start on tour in like 7 days. And it's crazy. So, you know, this is a big thank you. I hope that, you know, my condolences to his family, my condolences to the rest of the Linkin Park family. I know that he collaborated and worked with other groups and did a lot of other stuff. My condolences to them. And you will be sorely missed. I hope that he will never be able to be replaced with Linkin Park, but I hope that they keep going. His style of singing, his emotion that he put behind his songs when he sang. I have a CD. I have a playlist. I have a Pandora playlist, and those songs on there are Eminem and Linkin Park. And when I'm feeling low on motivation, when I'm feeling like I need to get pumped up, there are 3 things that I'll listen to. Those 2 mixes of the Eminem and the Linkin Park, because those pump me up, and Gary V, because he's just very motivational, and he just gets you like, get off your fucking ass and do shit. Just do it. And I think a combination of those 3 things have really motivated me this year. But yeah, you know, you still have bouts of depression, and I've kind of learned how to deal with it. You know, growing up and not finding out until you're 21, 22 that you're dyslexic was hard. And it was also hard because you realize that how much did your parents actually pay attention to what was going on and everything. Nowadays, you know, parents are overly protective. They're overly just checking, and oh, you have ADHD, and if you guys haven't paid attention to my channel, I have that, and that's self-diagnosed. I haven't actually been told that, but if you've seen, I go, oh, new shiny, and I start working on that. Yeah, so that's a habit of mine that I have, and I'm sorry for that. But you know, I don't know. I mean, I feel really bad for him. I just wanted to put this out there to let you guys know that if you're having issues, like I said, there's going to be a number down here for this suicide hotline. They even have an online chat. Talk to friends, talk to them, just something to, you know, get you through and get you past that hump. There's usually, when you're going through that, there's a crescendo, there's a hump, right there. And if you can just get past that and down that, you'll be fine. But sometimes you're just on that, you just can't get to the top of that hill to get over it. And that's it's not even the bottom. It's not even the very bottom where you just hate life. It's that struggle, that internal struggle that you have, that you want to get to you want to get over it. I mean, you don't want to be there. In your own mind, you don't want to be there, but you just can't get past it. You can't find a reason. There is always a reason. Hell, if you guys have issues, hit me up. You know, I'm up all hours. I'm not a big phone talker, but I will text the hell out of you. I will message with you. I will check on you. You know, I don't know what to say, guys. I just wanted to put this out there. I felt compelled to. I felt compelled to kind of let you guys know some of my history that I haven't. You know, it took me years and years after everything that happened to come to grips with admitting it. It took my finding out that my father had passed away. I think it's been about 5 years now, and my mother didn't even have the balls to even email me to let me know. I had made a choice at a point to separate myself from them. I had no contact. I had no anything, because it was just, I had to cut the negativity out of my life. I got back in touch so that my wife now could meet them. She could know where I came from, and in doing so, she realized where I came from and that my stories weren't bullshit. You know, it was there. Very manipulative, things like that. So again, I cut myself off from them, but my mother always had my email address, always had my everything. My wife was doing a search online, kind of genealogy, and ended up finding the death certificate, I guess, and it was somewhere in Oregon, I believe, Oregon or Washington. And he passed away on my birthday, which is April 25th, which is fucking sucks for me, because now I kind of hate my birthday. But it ended up happening, and I got in touch with my mother, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't want to burden you." What do you mean you fucking didn't want to burden me? This was my father, despite any of the abuse or the sexual abuse or anything else that came from that. He was my father. And, you know, it took me a while to get over that. I'm still kind of working on it, but it is what it is. You can't turn back time. And despite all that, he was my father. I still loved him. And I just wish I had known. I wish I didn't have to find out by a blurb that was found on the internet. So yeah, that's it, guys. Sorry, I did not mean to depress you. I try and keep upbeat with all my videos. Can't always end up doing it. And I think that's kind of between that and me working in the medical field. I've learned to be upbeat, and yet at the same time keep a professionalism, keep it calm, as long as, you know, if you have patients that are hurting, they're in pain, if you can keep a calm tone to your voice, if you can't, it helps calm them, it helps keeps them from being agitated and hurting more and things like that, and cracking occasional jokes. And I'm a person that you know, I work better when I have personal feedback. And honestly, it's kind of hard. I mean, I'm talking to you guys, but at the same time, I'm talking to a camera lens, and it is hard because the camera doesn't smile, it doesn't frown, it doesn't give you those little facial things of, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or oh, that triggered something, and I can just play on that and keep going with a joke and just make them laugh until they pee. So I mean, I don't know, maybe at some point I will get a co-host and see where that goes from there. But until that time, you guys are just stuck with me. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I'm sorry if this went too long. How long have we gone? 15 minutes. I'm sorry for doing so, but it's kind of a vlog and something I just wanted to put out there. So thank you for hanging out with me. Love you guys, each and every one, and all of your support. Whether I have 1 subscriber and viewer per day or I have 1 million, I will treat you all the same. I will treat you all with the same respect, and I will expect that I don't know your personal life. I don't know your emotions, but I want to know, and I want to be your friend and part of this community. See you guys all later, and looks for some reviews. By the way, this weekend I may do a bunch of batch reviews of what I have left of the Amazon spinners. I'm starting to turn them down as they're contacting me. I'm going to hold a big freaking contest. I'm not even waiting anymore until 10K because I want to get them out of here. I'm going to hold a big contest, and then, but I'm going to be doing those reviews probably that whole next week. They won't be daily live. Like what I do is I shoot a video, I edit it, I upload it, and I post it to you guys. Some people, they'll shoot 2 or 3 videos, and then, you know, they'll let them sit there and they'll just auto generate, and that's called batching. I want to get into doing more series of how you can become a better YouTuber, how you can pick up economical stuff to make things like this happen, things like that. So that's it, but I need to clean up this shithole behind me so that it looks better, because I want to do more stand-up where I'm not sitting down, and I can't do it with all the crap that's on the floor. I'll see you guys all there. Peace out, YouTube.